Good afternoon, friends. We are out here on a beautiful day in southeastern Utah. We're doing Monarch Cave today. Pretty easy hike to a cave with some ruins, about 1.6 miles round trip. Flip it around here, show you what we're looking at. Pretty good little drive-in, road was in good condition. Think I could have done it in a standard four-door sedan, although a couple places would have made me nervous. No problem in my trusty steed Addy, the Volkswagen Atlas. Be fun to build a tree fort in this series of trees. Charge a toll for anyone coming through hiking. Or sell them brownies and lemonade. I like that idea better. Faded sign, who passed this way? Basically saying, leave things where they are. Don't mess with archaeological sites. So far, trail has mostly been working its way right up this wash, crossing back and forth, kind of going up onto one bank, down into the wash, up onto the next bank. Trail is well defined, easy to follow for the most part. Not sure I'd want to do this right after it rained. If it was a heavy rain, you'd be walking in water in the wash or doing lots of crossings of mud. Otherwise, today is a perfect day. Lots of lizards rustling in the downed leaves here on the ground. As you come into this section, it's worth noting there's a little trail marker up ahead, and there is a trail on the other side that's been blocked off with some rocks and some sticks. But here's a trail marker. So going up the right side as we're headed up canyon. Coming up, I've been so focused on this fenced off area that I just looked up canyon, and there it is, friends. We'll go get a better view of it in the shade and up close. We got a bunch of pictographs here. I'm intrigued by these kind of cylinder holes in here. I wonder what those were used for. Neat. Right, so check this out. We got these right here. And then got what might be old Moki steps right there. And then there's more on this face here. Look at those handprints. And if I go up from them, another Moki step maybe, there's more up there. That's a good distance off the ground. Wow, what a treat. Right, so I've come to the end of my walking path here. It's roped off. You can see a trail does continue on. But then right up here, we've got restoration area, please suspend travel. So this might be as close as we can get. What a cool ruin. I was so focused on the cliff art, I missed right in front of me. There's an old portion of a wall. How special is this, friends? Just to have it all to myself, get to share it with you all. Now, since I reached that spot where it's roped off, but it looks like the trail might keep going, down below me is another fenced off area. There's a trail on the bottom of it, so I'm going to go back down and see if it'll let us get any closer to the ruins. So here's a little intersection where we went up to get to the cliff art up there. But there's this trail running around along the bottom of it. So I'm gonna just see where this might take us. Oh, coming along the bottom. Here we are. There's a chain across our way, so we will not go any farther. Don't know why there's cairns out here, but coming down does give you a good view of the ruins from down below. So we've reached the end of the trail, quite literally, where we are allowed to go, but there's a good little spot up here, looks like, to sit and kind of contemplate this. And I did check, and there's nothing that says no drone flying, so I might be able to get a little closer view by not treading. Well, that was pretty darn special. Really neat to see, and really a pretty large structure or series of structures. Complex, with lots of standing walls and in good repair from what I could tell from my point of view. One thing I will note is that this time of the day, the sun is low enough in the horizon that I was having a hard time getting pictures from down below. So if you want to come and get some good pictures, I'd recommend a little earlier in the day when the light is pointing up canyon and not into your lens. And now we've got a lovely 8/10 of a mile hike out. Again, mostly easy trail. There's one little bit, I don't know that I'd even call this a scramble. You can more or less walk up it, but if you don't like slightly uneven stairs, I wouldn't recommend this section. But otherwise, I'd say just about anyone could do this trail. Back to my planned tree fort place. See, wouldn't that be a great cluster of trees for a tree fort? Safely back at the car. My watch is saying 1.95 miles in total, with a little bit of back and forth I did, taking in the cliff art and just the different views. Good little hike. I'm glad I did it. The drive in, passable for most cars, I would say. The walk in, passable for most people. And I was really impressed by the state of the ruins and just how much was still there and how much was standing. And it would have been incredible to see them when they were not ruins, but were in use and being lived in, because it seems like it was quite the complex. So if you're in the Blanding Bluff area, you're looking for a little 1.8, 2 mile hike, and you aren't worried about doing a decent drive on a dirt road. I'm trying to remember whether it was 15, 20 miles of dirt to get out here from pavement, but well-maintained road, at least right now. This is a good hike. I would recommend it. I would enjoy bringing family back here. So thank you for joining me, friends. Lots more adventures in the Southwest to come in the next few weeks, and then back to the Pacific Northwest. And really glad you joined me. Until I see you next, enjoy your adventures and happy trails.